Hello, friends, and welcome back to the All Things New podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode. This episode will be a little bit shorter than typical, but I wanted to also announce that I just released an EP. It's a Christmas EP. It's only got 4 little songs, but this is the first time I've released music in almost 7 years. It's been a while, and I've been saying I'm going to do a Christmas EP forever, aka like a few years, and I finally did it. I finally got a better mic, better equipment, and I was like, you know what, let's do it, let's go for it. So if you're interested in listening, the links to some of the platforms will be available in the description of this podcast episode. But if you have like a subscription to a different platform, you can just look it up. It's called Let Us Adore, and I hope y'all enjoy it. So yeah, a little shameless plug, but I'm excited that I finally got some more music out, and I will be definitely releasing more in the near future, just because I have a lot of things I want to share regarding music. So I'm really excited about that. So it's kind of nice to get the ball rolling again. So today's episode will be just a quick little encouragement that comes from Psalms chapter 27, which is one of my absolute favorite Psalms. It's only got 14 verses, but it is so encouraging and I love it so much. So I'm just going to read through it and then go through a few points, and then that'll be it for today's episode. It'll be nice and short and sweet, but hopefully it will be an encouragement to you. So I'm going to begin reading verse 1 of Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked came against me to eat up my flesh, my enemies and foes, they stumbled and fell. Though an army may encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war may rise against me, in this I will be confident. One thing I have desired of the Lord, that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret place of his tabernacle he shall hide me. He shall set me high upon a rock, and now my head shall be lifted up above my enemies all around me. Therefore I will offer sacrifices of joy in his tabernacle. I will sing, yes, I will sing praises to the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me and answer me. When you said, seek my face, my heart said to you, your face, Lord, I will seek. Do not hide your face from me. Do not turn your servant away in anger. You have been my help. Do not leave me nor forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take care of me. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me in a smooth path because of my enemies. Do not deliver me to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me, and such as breathe out violence. I would have lost heart unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. I really enjoy the overarching theme of this chapter that's related to being close to the Lord, to intimacy with the Lord. It starts off saying like this declaration, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? It's like you have to encourage yourself here. And then it talks about how the Lord protects you from those who are coming against you. And then I love verse 4. Verses 4 and 14. Actually, verses 4. What's the other one? Verses 4, 8, and 14 are my favorite of this chapter. I love them so much. There is such depth here when David is talking about getting to know the Lord. So verse 4 says, one thing, and that thing is italicized, so that's pretty significant. One thing I have desired of the Lord, that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. Something interesting here is that if you look in the Gospels, when you see Mary, who's Martha's sister, when she chooses to sit at Jesus's feet, she says, Jesus says that she has chosen the one thing, the good part, the good thing, which is to sit at my feet. And Martha was busy, preparing the house and homemaking, and there's nothing wrong with that. But Jesus was there, and Mary was like, you know what? The Lord is here. I'm going to behold his beauty. I'm going to sit at his feet. And there's a reference to Psalm 27 in that story, which I think is really cool. But this one thing is the most important thing, and that is to seek the Lord's face, to dwell in his house, and to behold his beauty. And as we do these things, the Lord will provide protection for us. In verse 5 it says, in the time of trouble, he will hide me in his pavilion. He will hide you. He will conceal you. He will protect you from enemies around you or from things that you should not be involved with. He will protect you from those things. And then it says, I will offer sacrifices of joy in his tabernacle, and I will sing praises to the Lord. So there's this call and response here. There's this declaration of who the Lord is. Then there's this seeking of the Lord's heart. And then there's the Lord who is providing us with protection and favor. And then we respond by worshiping. And then I love verse 8. It says, when you said, seek my face, my heart said to you, your face, Lord, will I seek. There's another version of this. I think it's the NLT, and I really, really like it. So I'm going to read that version. It says, my heart has heard you say, come and talk with me. And my heart responds, Lord, I am coming. I love this. This is something that happens in our walk with the Lord. Sometimes we get very distracted. Sometimes we get caught off guard by certain things. But the Lord will draw us in certain seasons. He'll draw your heart. He'll he'll whisper something, or he'll start to nudge you hey, come on over. And we should respond by saying, yes, Lord, I'm coming. I'm coming to seek you right now, because he has things to say, to share with us. And not only that, but spending time in his presence regulates our spirits. It regulates the chaos going on in our world. And it regulates us regardless of the chaos going on, because when we're with him in his presence, he provides peace and joy, and nothing else matters, because we are with him, and he's our constant, and he's our protector. So if we are in his presence, we can have peace regardless of our surroundings. And that's something that's very special. It's a special thing to remember and know, and it's a promise that we have, is we have peace in him. He's promised us throughout his word that we have peace in him. And I also love verse 11. It says, teach me your ways. This is an important thing to ask the Lord frequently, is to teach me your ways, to teach me how to love, teach me how to respond, teach me how to be like you. Let my heart look more like yours. This is a very, very important prayer to pray. And then verses 13 through 14, it says, I would have lost heart unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Then it says, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Verse 14 probably is one of my favorite verses in the entire Bible. I think this chapter is definitely in the top 5 of my favorite chapters in the Bible, but it's good stuff. In our lives, there are so many seasons of waiting, and it can be for anything really. But the thing is with life is we wait, and if we're walking with the Lord, we will wait, because there's a delay. And we perceive things as a delay, but the Lord has a perfect timing, a perfect plan. But for us, it's hard to sit with that And so we really, in our culture, in our society, we want things quickly, we want things ASAP, we want things rapidly. But the Lord has his own timing, and it's perfect. It's perfect. And so to encourage yourself, speak this over yourself. Wait on the Lord. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. And it's not like he might strengthen your heart. It's he will. It's if you wait on the Lord and are of good courage, he will strengthen your heart. And it's really hard sometimes in seasons of waiting. We can feel very discouraged and we can feel very sorrowful, which is valid because they're feelings. But we must be reminded that as we wait on the Lord, as we are of good courage, he will strengthen our hearts. He has everything we need, and he can supplement what we lack. So if you're lacking strength, his strength is made perfect in your weakness. And if you're lacking peace, he is peace. He is the Prince of Peace. He's the one who calms the storm with his voice. If you're lacking joy, in his presence is the fullness of joy. If you're lacking love, he is love personified. He has everything you need. So remember, as it says in Psalm 27:14, wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. That's all I've got for today's episode. Nice and short and sweet. Again, please check out my EP if you enjoy Christmas music. I will have all of that stuff linked in the description. And if you haven't already given a rating or review, I would really appreciate that. That would mean a lot. And yeah, that would make me very happy. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another episode of the All Things New podcast. And I hope you'll have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Ciao.